Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Live Portland. I'm your host, Santino, as you already know. And last week, I brought you to a couple of places that I consider some of the best food in Portland. But last week, I took you down to the Portland Mercado. We had Pastor tacos from one of my favorite carts that does homemade blue corn tortillas. And then after that, we went over to Southwest Portland across the bridge, and we went to Bailey's Tap Room to check out their wonderful, awesome selection of beer. And it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun making the episode. But this week, I wanted to do something different. This past week, Portland had a little bit of a snow scare? That's right, Portland. I'm calling you out. It was literally not even an inch of snow. The snow, it snowed for like one day, or it snowed at night one night. It was less than an inch. It was literally melted by noon the next day. So everybody's freaking out. The news is like, oh, we're gonna get 6 to 8 inches. It's gonna be this huge apocalypse. Snowpocalypse is what they called it, I think. Everybody freaked out on Friday and they went to the grocery store and bought all the groceries. Guess what? It didn't snow. So me, being the unprepared guy that I am, I'm like, I'm not gonna rush there and do all this crazy madness. I don't even know if it's gonna snow. I don't trust the forecast further than I can throw it. So I went to the grocery store the next day, and lo and behold, so many things were sold out. I went to buy bananas. There was literally one banana. The point of my story is that because of this super freak out of this fake snowpocalypse that we're supposed to have here in Portland, everybody feels really dumb about it, except for me. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because it has been cold, and when it's cold like this, I like to get down on some of my favorite comfort food. You know, comfort food for me is things like, you know, like a creamy tomato soup and like a hefty grilled cheese, or like a double grilled cheese. There, it's all molten cheese with creamy tomato. That to me is comfort, and my waist is definitely testifying to that fact. That and all the yummy beer. At any rate, I wanted to take you guys to a couple of places here in Portland where I find some of my favorite comfort foods. Let's have comfort food and do our Irish accents. Without further ado, let's go live Portland. So I'm heading to one of my favorite ramen spots here in Portland. It's called Marukin. It's in Southeast Portland, and it's a pretty awesome spot. They have one of my favorite broths. It's called tonkatsu. It's kind of a pork bone broth that they kind of stew for several hours. It's really rich. I dig it. Join me as we go inside and we get down on some of this ramen. So here we are, guys, inside of Marukin Ramen off Southeast Ankeny in Portland, Oregon. It's going to be great. This is one of my favorite ramen spots in Portland, and I'm so excited to be here. It's Marukin Ramen in Southeast Portland. So my ramen just came, and I have to say it's pretty amazing looking. They have something called kikuragi mushrooms that are in it, and kind of like a marinated bamboo shoot. everything from perfectly done kind of semi-poached egg, finishing it off with a little bit of spinach and some of this nice kind of grilled loin char siu pork. It's a wonderful addition, and it definitely helps beat the blustery days that we've been having here in Portland. So I'm going to dig in. Thanks for joining me. Man, I don't know how they get it so savory. I think there's a trick with somehow boiling this pork and these bones for several hours creates this rich broth that I can't really describe in words. It's silky, it's creamy, it's very, very savory. If you're into meat-based products, as I am, and you're into rich and savory, I definitely recommend the katsushio. So I'm in Southeast Portland right now, heading to one of my favorite taco spots to get this bowl that has rice and guacamole and creme fraiche, but it also has pastor. And I know I showed you a bit about one of my other favorite pastor places here in Portland, but this place does it unlike any other. So join me as I go to Porque No. We'll see you inside. So I'm over here at Porque No off Southeast Hawthorne. Like I said in my previous vlog, I'm a big sucker for pastor, and I'm always searching the city for better pastor. These two that I've showcased in last week's episode and this week's is definitely some of the top two in Portland. And my pastor bowl just showed up. The wonderful thing that I love about pastor, and obviously you know this by now, is that when it's done in the traditional style, they take pork and they mix guajillo chilies, and then they use this very hard seed called achiote, and it's very hard to crush, so they have to kind of pulverize it. A lot of times they use like a coffee grinder to pulverize it into a fine powder, and it's what gives the pastor its kind of deep, rich color. Served with pineapple, guacamole, creme fraiche, typically Mexican style soft cheese. It's pretty amazing. So I'm gonna get into it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Remember, if you like this channel. Don't forget to subscribe down below and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Or let's see, will it be Facebook, Instagram? Let's see. It's usually Instagram and Facebook.